Hello and welcome to my Weekly Geekery, the show in which I talk about what's been going on in my geeky world over the past 7 days. Let's start with a couple of trailers this week. The first trailer and poster have been released for the Mamma Mia sequel, Here We Go Again, and I will link to them both below. I'm really impressed with this trailer, I really liked it, and I'm looking forward to the film far more than I was before now. The film, which sees Lily James and Cher among others joining the original cast, will be out in cinemas on June the 20th, 2018. The first trailer has been released for Ocean's 8, and it also looks very good, and I will also link to it below. The film features an ensemble cast including Sandra Bullock and Cate Blanchett, and it will also be out in cinemas in June 2018. Series 4 of Peaky Blinders starring Cillian Murphy finished last week. As you may know, Series 5 has already been commissioned. It was commissioned at the same time as Series 4, but the BBC has now announced that Series 5 will be hitting our screens in 2019. So we have a wee bit of a wait, a 1-year break from the show. Plenty of time to watch the whole thing from the beginning again then. Jessica Jones Season 2 now has a release date. The new series of the Marvel Netflix show starring Kristen Ritter will be arriving on the streaming platform in its entirety on March the 8th, 2018. And a trailer has recently been released as well, so I will put a link to that below. Speaking of Marvel Netflix series, The Punisher has been renewed for a second season. I guess it will probably be on Netflix in 2019, because we have Jessica Jones and Luke Cage's second seasons to come first, and also Daredevil Season 3, and the second run of Iron Fist. So many Marvel Netflix series. You can watch the whole of Season 1 of The Punisher on Netflix now. Good news for fans of Mr. Robot, the show has officially been renewed for a 4th season. Season 3 ended last week and is now available in its entirety in the UK on Amazon Prime Video. Worst news this week for fans of Dirk Gently's Holistic Detective Agency though. BBC America has announced that it has cancelled the show after 2 seasons. This is sad, I love this show. I guess the good news for international fans like me is that Season 2 hasn't been on for us yet. It's already been on BBC America in the US. So we still have a season of the show to go, and it arrives on Netflix on the 5th of January. So if you are sad about the cancellation of the show, I would recommend watching Season 2 on Netflix as soon as it arrives, in the hope that Netflix or somewhere else might think to pick it up. A new Harry Potter mobile game is in the works. The app will be a role-playing game where you can create your own character, and you can enroll at Hogwarts where you can take part in classes and activities and more. This is in addition to the augmented reality game which was announced previously and is coming in 2018, so it looks like we are going to be spoiled with Harry Potter apps in the near future. And finally, in Mouse Mention, something which is on TV soon and which might be quite good, let's talk about a whole bunch of things that are coming at Christmas and in the new year. Firstly, of course, the Doctor Who Christmas special is on Christmas Day at 5:30 PM on BBC One. This episode, Twice Upon a Time, has 3 Doctors in it. We have Peter Capaldi in his final episode, we have David Bradley playing William Hartnell's first Doctor, and we also have the debut of Jodie Whittaker as the 13th Doctor. This episode is also the last with Bill, played by Pearl Mackie, so generally it's just quite an exciting episode. And Whittaker's first series as the Doctor won't be on until autumn, so it's also the last episode of Doctor Who for a while. So many reasons to watch it. Christmas Day also sees the Victoria Christmas special at 9 PM on ITV. The episode starring Jenna Coleman is 2 hours long and should be really interesting, especially considering how many of our Christmas traditions were brought over here by Prince Albert. Also on Christmas Day, not a TV show but something I definitely have to mention, Anansi Boys begins on BBC Radio 4 at 11:30 PM on Christmas Day. The 6-part series will then run every day at 11:30 PM until the final episode on Saturday the 30th of December at 2:30 PM. I'm really looking forward to this, as you may have gathered from me mentioning it quite a lot in recent geekeries, and I will put a link below to where you will be able to listen to the series worldwide. Boxing Day sees the start of 2 new BBC book adaptations, so I wanted to mention them quickly. Firstly, a new adaptation of Little Women begins on the 26th of December at 8 PM on BBC One, and that will run for 3 nights, and just after that is The Miniaturist at 9 PM on BBC One, and that will run for 2 nights. But both look very good, so I wanted to highlight them here. The new series of Black Mirror arrives in its entirety on Netflix on Friday the 29th of December. This is the show's second run on Netflix after it left Channel 4, and if the show's last run on Netflix is anything to go by, we are in for a treat. Speaking of black comedy anthology series, Inside Number 9 is returning in the new year. Series 4 begins on Tuesday the 2nd of January at 10 PM on BBC Two. The first episode is in iambic pentameter apparently, so that'll be interesting, and it is set on the 9th floor of a hotel. So yes, lots of exciting shows are coming soon. This has been my Weekly Geekery.